Anger both encourages people to believe that they can control the future, and anger also then motivates people to take action. This was from a Harvard Decision Science Laboratory research experiment. Anger is a tool that can be used in a really positive way. Now, obviously, you don't want to go through life being angry at yourself for not turning up, at others, at the environment. But if you can take that incredibly strong power that goes within us and use it to then say, what positive actions, where do I need to change? Where do I need to take action to help change the world? It's actually a really strong, powerful thing. Hi, my name is Marisha Trembetska, and this is my Love Your Creativity and Make Money podcast. Look at our own lives. Where are we finally mad enough at ourselves to say, enough? You know, are you finally mad enough at yourself to allow this, whatever this thing that's stopping you, to happen again? It's a really important question, actually. And the reason I'm thinking about anger is two things, really. One is we had yesterday the murder conviction of the police officer who basically killed George Floyd by slowly taking the breath out of him. And I mean, I feel so angry thinking about it, as I'm sure we all do. You just think about the fact there were bystanders yelling, stop, stop. And there was 3 other policemen that are now they're going to be trialled also possibly on the murder conviction for aiding and abetting, basically, for not stopping what was happening. But we have to ask ourselves, because you can feel angry and act out or get violent. That's an easy response to anger. Or we can make choices as some of the greats, Martin Luther King, Nelson Mandela, have done. They've taken their anger and they've channeled it in a way that actually have transformed society. So I've been really thinking about anger at the moment, because also it's about because that seems like a really big thing, changing the horrendous systemic racism in America, especially when I don't even live there anymore. It's a big task. But what I can do, and what we all can do, is see where we can take action to change ourselves and our environment and really push forward. And if changing systemic racism in America, or indeed the world, seems like a really big task right now, and a task that is absolutely worth fighting for, and you can ask yourselves, where can I take action? Where can I stand up? Where can I have my voice be heard? Because we all have habits where we do not we know we should be doing something, and we're just not turning up, or we turn up for ourselves one day but not the next. And anger is this force, as I started, that if you can take the anger at yourself as well as the environment and go, right, I can control the future, I am going to take the change, it motivates us to keep on going through the change, because change is always hard, right? Whatever it is we're trying to change. It can be small things, it can be huge things, it can be the ability to stand up and fight in a positive way, create work that can change the world, and also change yourself. So yeah, that's today's thought process, as it were. Ask yourself things like, where have I had enough of behaving a certain way and I need it to end it today? And how can I shift my anger, or indeed my frustration, about what the world is doing or what I am doing to create what I want? What actions can you take? Because you have to take from the negativity of the anger, but take the passion of it, which is actually amazing. So it is about shifting the focus of your anger. It could be that you don't practice every day, you're not finishing your project, you're not taking the time out to develop important relationships, take time to listen to your children, take enough time to make sure you've got money in the bank. The anger can really force us moving forward. It is about choosing to go, these external circumstances, because sometimes we can be incredibly angry. We can be so angry at what people have done to us, whether it's us personally or in the wider world, but don't action it. But actually the focus, all we can ever do is go, right, yes, this has happened. Let's turn the focus to, yes, okay, that's really making me angry. And then focus on what you can do and strongly action to change in yourself, in your actions in the world. You can measure emotions, it turns out. Emotions actually have a measurable energy. And they've done research in anger that if you go around being angry, then you actually can drive people away, because people can feel that anger in you, or indeed the frustration. So it is about taking the anger and going, right, where am I saying enough? And where is today I'm going to move? And tomorrow when I don't feel quite as angry, where I'm going to go, no, I'm going to make this change for me, for my life. Make the piece of work that's going to make a difference. Start a new tribe of people to start fighting this. Start an organisation to support in your local community. I mean, anger is renowned for really kickstarting people. Eminem, 8 Mile, Hollywoodized version. But rather than being angry and getting into fights, he made music and he put his anger and frustration into his lyrics and the practice and the honing of them so he could get his point across. You know, no one gets to speak that fast at speed and sing without doing some real proper work on communication. Now, there's ways we choose. Martin Luther King, Nelson Mandela, they chose. You might be an angry, rightfully angry, somewhere in the world going, right, I'm going to go and become a lawyer and help fight. What you choose to do with your anger is your choice. But actually, let's turn it round into the positive. Michael Jordan, the basketball player, they were told, players who played against him, never make Michael Jordan angry. If you made Michael Jordan angry by dissing him on court and being rude, you know, they give each other this kind of back chat, he literally would fly. There's countless things of, I was really riling him and going on about his mother or his background, and the next thing he did some shot out to somewhere that we still 20 years later don't quite understand. You know, he could fly, Michael Jordan, and yes, he was insanely focused in the gym. He trained like a monster. He was always after the best he could be, but also the anger was something that he was like, I'm going to prove things to the world, and if you make me angry, just watch what I can do. There we are. I also, partly this anger has been prompted by the fact that 24th of April, so 2 days from today, my very first work in progress of my Queen of the Fucking World show was, I performed at a Tristan Bates Theatre in the West End of London. It was a work in progress. I was playing the bass. I had people to come and see the work. I'd done the research. I got Arts Council funding. It's about sexual politics. Women of all sexualities and the LGBT community of all genders, and how we have all been suppressed and judged by our sexuality and the fact we use it. And I interviewed sex workers, charity workers involved in that kind of field. I did huge amounts, months and months of research. And putting that show together was so difficult. But I was angry, and the more I researched and learned, and the more I looked into the way the Catholic Church had treated Mary Magdalene, or how I went to all the kind of in-depth research that you have to do to create a show that actually makes an impact. And it does. I've got people who absolutely adore that show, even more than my Singing Psychic one, including my mother, which I find a bit weird, given I'm playing a stripper in the show. Because it's intelligent and it's focused, and I did months of research and interviews, but making it was really difficult. But what was the thing that got me really moving on making that show? Actually, was I was doing a London preview of my original Singing Psychic coming of age show. It was, you know, in the month before I took it to Edinburgh in 2016, and basically sold out every night, got amazing reviews. Everyone just loved the Singing Psychic so much, and the joy of that. But I'd done a preview in London. I mean, this is 2016, so the year before I'd done a run in Fringe, I'd done lots of other shows. I'd taken it to Prague earlier, so this was a show that was pretty work before I took it to Edinburgh. And I did the London preview, and there was a casting director there who had actually booked me in things, so I knew they respected my work because they'd paid me to act. And at the end of my 1 hour show, where I've got the entire room, I'm doing live improvised readings of the songs in people's heart or around their birthdays. I'm doing the coming of age show. It's solo theatre, so I've got 6 different characters, if not more, all different accents, different nationalities. I'm being funny. There's a dark bit. It's a piece of solo theatre as well as a piece of comedy. I'm killing it. And I came out at the break, and the casting director came up to me and said, "Oh, what a joy. I want to party with the Singing Psychic." And then they asked, "Are you still acting?" And I didn't show my anger in the moment, but I was like, what on earth do you think I've done? I'm not, well, I mean, you might argue I channel the Singing Psychic. She certainly knows that she's always right. But the work and the effort to create a character and the backstory to the point where it's an award-nominated show, and I've toured I've been to Australia and across the world with the work, done a TEDx, I've done some amazing corporate gigs, including the kind of Brit Awards, after party of the year too. It's acting. I mean, I'm playing a different character. Okay, I'm doing it incredibly well, and it's funny in large parts are improvised. But I was very angry in my heart that someone suggested that this was not craft, because it is craft. So much so, I thought, right, I'll show you. And then I thought, right, I'm going to go back to my roots, put some Cleopatra. I'm going to make a show. I hoped, I'd already got the idea for Queen, but I really went, no, this is not going to be a comedy piece. This is going to be a piece of serious work. And that's the anger that I used. Not that this casting director knew that they'd influenced me like this. I used my anger in that moment of me high as a kite, having done an amazing, packed to the rafters. There wasn't a seat left in the house at that preview in London. And people going bonkers about the joy of it. Are you still acting? I was just like, I will show you acting. And there was a swear word in my heart. No, I didn't say that to them. I just said, yeah, after Edinburgh, I've got the next show to do. I'm incredibly good at being polite. English girls' school, education, all that stuff. But yeah, the anger of that then turned into the positive of I will show them, and off I went. And then the more angry I got about the more research I did in sexual politics, plus obviously my own and friends' experience, then I used more anger in that way. So there's my thought of the day. Question to ask yourself: are you finally mad enough at yourself for allowing this to happen again? Are you mad enough to stop doing this and replace it with a better habit? Whether that's turn up, get some project done, do the practice, get involved in the world, in a community, in the way that you choose and you want to fight now. So use this anger, and it's a beautiful thing. So my name is Marisha Trembetska. This is my Love Your Creativity and Make Money podcast. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Marisha T, MARYSIAT, and Marisha Trembetska on Facebook. Obviously, if you want to book me as an actor, Dulcie Houston at CCA Management London is my acting agent, and you can contact me through the Twitter feeds, me and my team, if you want to book either the Singing Psychic or my Queen the Fucking Wild show, or indeed the stuff I do about talking about creativity. The Art in Gear programme is definitely going to be released by May 3rd, 2021. I'm saying this now. I'm using anger at the moment at myself for not doing the work to finish it. It's just much more of a huge task than I thought. Large portions of it are done and are at final edit, and then I went, oh no, I want to give them all these financial strategies as creatives to be sane and be able to fund your work. And of course that's become like a huge thing that I'm in the middle of, but I'm angry enough to make it happen now. So angry enough myself going, yeah, get it done, bitch, is actually what I'm thinking about it. So be well, have a great week, speak to you soon, bye.